to clarify, you had alluded to Nyckoles Harbor, if I believe that's the pronunciation on his first name, as a five-star athlete. And yes, he has announced USC and Michigan are his final two. So this is not a final 6 or 7 that you typically see. He has got it narrowed down to just USC and also Michigan. And then also the Bryson Shaw transfer from Ohio State. To be fair on both sides, this is how I see this transaction. So for anyone who might see this and think, okay, oh, USC picked up the third leading tackler at Ohio State. Man, this guy should be an all Pac-12 performer. I don't think he's that level of player. Ohio State had some issues in the secondary. They really missed Josh Proctor in particular. They pretty much played Bryson Shaw out of position. He racked up some decent, as you mentioned, third on the team in tackles. So his numbers looked good, and he held down the position. To his credit, he was forced in a bad situation and placed out of position. And the game tape's kind of ugly, but to his defense, he nailed it down so hopefully he's so I would not expect an all conference performer, but certainly a guy that was good enough to stay on the field for the 5th ranked team in the country. So that's pretty much what Bryson Shaw is going to give you. He was a top 300 player, roughly 350 out of high school.
I would just want to add on Bryson Shaw that, I didn't study him at Ohio State very extensively. You obviously have a very good read on him. I would only mention that Kerry Combs was not, a particularly good defensive coordinator at Ohio State. Like, I know that much from following the Buckeyes. I was especially intent on following Ohio State when it played Oregon, one of USC's foremost Pac-12 competitors last September. And, we saw Joe Moorhead completely undress Combs and the Ohio State defense. So you go from Combs now to Alex Grinch, and Bryson Shaw should get a much higher level of coaching at USC under this coaching staff. That's one thing. That's one reason to think that he can evolve. But yeah, I don't think he's going to be a star, but I think he's a solid depth piece who, if he can responsibly make tackles in the open field when he has the chance, if he can just do that, if he can contain big plays, minimize damage, like that right there, that's important for USC. Because again, no one's thinking that this USC defense is going to be spectacular this year. No one does. It's just giving up 30 instead of 45 and limiting an opponent to 32, 33 minutes time of possession instead of 37, 38, which, keeps Caleb Williams off the field. And that's when USC is going to be in trouble if that happens.